as a nonprofit, we don't have an institutional review board to look at the work that we're doing and say, okay, that's good, you've covered your bases, you're treating people ethically. So we don't have that kind of review, but we have that responsibility. And so taking that on, some of the things that I'm very concerned about is making sure that people know that if we're asking them to take a survey, they don't have to take the survey, helping people understand the purpose of the survey, you know, a lot of the main components of informed consent, the risks and benefits in doing it. You know, one of the decisions that we made a long time ago was that one of the sites where we're conducting the point in time count, we give out bus tickets. And so one of the things that I tell people is, you do not have to take a survey to get a bus ticket. You can get a bus ticket. It's your choice about whether you want to do this or not. And a bus ticket is a pretty small thing, but it can have a big impact for somebody who, you know, lacks the money and transportation and housing and that sort of thing. Having a bus ticket can be a big deal. So we want to make sure that we're not really coercing people into doing anything. Even at that small amount, I want to make sure that people do have a true choice and they aren't having to jump through hoops to get something like a bus ticket or anything like that. We also make sure that in talking to other people in the community, one of the things that we want to make sure we're doing is asking people questions in a respectful and appropriate way. So when people have thoughts about that, you know, when I first started, I don't think we were asking the question about whether people identified as being transgender. There were options, male and female. I decided that it was important to add that. I talked to Alex Wagaman probably about a year ago, and she works with some people that are interested in youth homelessness, and she also works with sexual minorities. And so they had some suggestions about how I could better word that question to be more appropriate and respectful of people, so we did that. We also, I know these are sort of little details and everything, but I think it's important, and the language that we use is important. You know, when we're asking people about their relationship status, giving partnered as an option instead of just married or anything like that. So trying to think, the final thing that I would say about, you know, treating people fairly and everything is that they also, when we do our point in time count, people are given my phone number. If somebody has a question or concern, I want them to have a real person that they can talk to. I'm a real person. You know, and I rarely hear from people or anything like that. You know, and sometimes people think I can provide a service, which I can't. But just making sure that there's a live person that if you do have any concerns, you actually have a person you can talk to about it. So, the other thing that I would say about ethics is that we administer this homeless management information system, and there are a lot of legal requirements around client consent. So making sure that clients are okay with their information being entered in a system, for one thing, but also whether or not they're willing to share that information with other people in the community. So they have the option of either, and there are no service repercussions if they decide, no, I don't want you to share my information. Well, okay, that's unfortunate because I would like for the whole system to be open and everything, but absolutely something that we need to respect